McCurtain County sports leader, Best Country 106.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Papa Bolano's here at the Broken Bow Coaches Show. I'm Jeremy Poole alongside our head coach of the Broken Bow Savages, Coach Maverick Lane. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
How does it feel to roll in here 3-0 in district and 1-0 in conference?
Feels really good being because the new season started last night, 1-0 and plus 15 in the point category.
Very true. Big deal there.
Mm-hmm.
Offense started out just a little bit slow, but once they got going, boy, did they get going. What was the turning point?
Yeah, kind of that first drive, we'll chalk that up to having a week off, kind of getting in the swing of it. And the fall starts, which we haven't had that many fall starts. The 2 years I've been here, what they were doing, and the refs, they stopped it for a little bit. They were, and you can't do it, simulating the snap count. Their kids were yelling, because our snap count was ready to go. They were yelling, go, go, go. The defensive linemen are moving, which they can move. They can't simulate the snap count. The refs heard it a couple times, so they were going to get it the next time. And then Glenpool kids quit for a while. Then when we had our twos late in the game, they started doing it again, and we got one more false start there when Hamas jumped off down there by the goal line. But yeah, the false starts, they were kind of finagling the rules there on the D line from Glenpool. But yeah, after that first drive, kids kind of settled back in and functioning well. We scored 7 touchdowns, 6 different kids, which I haven't heard of that. So of the 7, Graydon scored 2. The other ones were 6 different kids that scored.
Good deal. What? Tell us, because Mr. F. and I was not sure at all. Why did we? I counted 3 different times that the official just right before the snap sent our kids off of the field.
There was one for? Which I don't know if it's a fashion statement. The first one, AJ had his mouthpiece in, but he had one, and they do it on Saturday, so I'm assuming these kids think, oh, that looks cool, I'll do it. He had one mouthpiece strapped to his face mask, just dangling, but he had one in his mouth, and they got him for not having his mouthpiece, but he had one in his mouth.
Okay, so it was equipment then.
Yeah. And then the same thing with Kel. Kel actually jogs on for a PAT without it in, which you can jog out there. You just got to have it in by the time you get in the formation and set. So they booted him just because he jogged out there without his mouthpiece. And that's when we had to get Graydon hold. We bumped Skelton, snapper.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of mouthpiece being in.
Okay, we just weren't sure. That's kind of a shocker, because now you got to, on the PAT, you got to change 3 plays. Anyway, that answers the question. Mr. Evers and I were just unclear. Why do they keep? I knew it happened 3 times, but offense really got going. I thought Graydon. What do you think about Graydon's progression? Last night he had to. He just kind of had to take it over for a second.
Yeah,
it felt like
he ball placement was good. Kind of even when he was flushed, kept his eyes downfield, threw the ball well. That last touchdown he threw to Dejan, he did a real good job stepping up into the pocket, took the hit. And that shows that he's growing, because obviously he can escape the pocket and try to make plays. But him hanging in the pocket, stepping up in the pocket, taking it, to me, that's the best play a quarterback can make. The most impressive is when they step up in the pocket or hang in the pocket, take a shot, but still deliver the ball downfield. And then he obviously was good on the quarterback design runs, and then also when which put them in a bind, and he scored on one long one. And it's tough with a kid like him. They're back in coverage. Their kids drop back in coverage. They try to get pressure on him, blitz somebody, and then there's a hole, and he just takes off, steps up, takes off. And he got like a 40-something yard touchdown on one time and did that.
Yeah, also the not the emergence, because I know you were counting on him from the start, but maybe the continued improvement of Neal.
Yeah, he tough kid. He showed his speed. He's kind of had to tough out some yards early in the year against our good opponents. but he that one got called back.
That was going to be 70.
Yeah, I think it was like 71.
71.
He did the math when he stopped at the gas station on the way home. Told us the math of it. It was Dejon was doing a good job blocking. He was kind of out on the kid's shoulders, and that's what got him. And the kid was trying to turn away from him, and it's tough when the kid tries to turn away when you're locked up because it does look like a hold. But yeah, Snooty was impressive running the football for us.
Yeah, we were able to finally see him, it looked like, really get his speed ramped up because most of the time he's, like you said, fighting for yards.
Yeah. And they were playing because we run a bunch of counter, GT counter and GH counter. They were selling out to stop counter, which gave us our outside zone, and that's what really hurt them. Run game wise was just outside zone. They were selling out to stop counter, and that gave us some good looks against outside zone.
All right. Defensively, looked like, Coach, that you went to what was it, a 5-3-3 maybe?
Yeah, 5 front, yeah. And sometimes based off what they were line set in, we get in a bare front to kind of mess with them. But that helped with, so we covered the center up. Obviously, and like Kel and Achilles was pretty much outside linebackers, stand-up outside linebackers with TNT guys inside. But as much as they want to trap you, fullback trap, power, that kind of it eliminates pretty much trap with that many guys in there, and it kind of took away what they tried to do.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Coach, on their Glenpool only had one scoring drive. I'm going to say, other than that drive, I don't think they had but maybe 2 or 3 first downs the whole game. But can you explain to us what they were? Can you explain to us what they were doing pre-snap? Actually, pre-huddle, they would have their center down, and 2 guys turned around facing the huddle. What type of formation is that? I don't know that I've seen that.
And it took about 2 days for our scout kids to get the hang of it to give us a look.
Yeah, I didn't know.
They're just trying to confuse you with their it's another way because and if it's 2, like they break the huddle, the center and the tight ends, or the 2 tight ends. So the center would get down, the tight end would stand behind the center and face the huddle.
Facing the huddle.
And then the receivers would break, and then they would break with everybody else and sprint down there. And then the tight end would go from that position to wherever he went.
Okay.
They trade him around. They're just trying to create a little confusion for you. And that's another thing that the defense that we used last night, it balanced us up to where, because we had film on them and they would trade over or quick snap it, and then people were misaligned because they're having to try to see where they're at and then get lined up. We just played that 5 front look, and we were balanced up to where we didn't have to jump and trade around with them.
Okay,
it helped us get lined a lot quicker.
Yeah, well, they definitely weren't just blowing us off the ball or anything like that. They just kind of that was the only successful time that I just wanted to ask you that. I'd never seen that. We see that quick to the line, little short huddle from that. That's a Werner staple. But anyway, defense was just outstanding.
Yeah. Until like you said, that drive, they probably had negative yards until that drive there in the third that they ended up scoring on. Because in the first half they got 2, but we give them 1 off a penalty of first down. We played really well, even because what scares you most with teams like that is when they do decide to pass it. Your secondary and linebackers fall asleep, just run, stop. And I don't know if they completed one. I can't think off the top of my head. They tried probably a handful, but we defended it pretty well.
Yeah,
I know they completed one to Fields, but other than that, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember a completed pass by their quarterback, although he could throw it okay. But
he's a good athlete. He's a good-looking kid.
Yeah,
he's a good athlete.
What do you think about them? Of course, we're used to seeing him on Friday nights, but what do you think about the emergence of Isaiah Fields, not only defensively but offensively?
Yeah, I like the crap out of Fields, and I was proud of him last night. which is a more defensive player, corner first, and then receiver second. They ended up 4 catches, and he also, since Sky's still out, he plays our Z, which are outside. He rotates in there with Will, and then we started playing at the backup Y where Dejon plays. So that was his first game playing some Y too. But he had 4 catches from us, 1 catch from them. There was a big first down that Blake threw to move the chains there late in the game. They come right back and caught another one. And then on that pick, I was watching, there's kind of underthrown ball. DB didn't see it. And the receiver stops and comes back, and I thought they were going to catch it. And Fields came out of nowhere and picked it off. But, yeah, really proud of Fields. He had a really good night last night.
Yeah, you bet. I love to see those seniors that have just worked and worked and worked finally enjoy the fruits of their labors. Really good night for football. Fans traveled pretty well. Like I said, first conference win. Talk a little bit about the kicking game from Zaragoza.
Okay, yeah.
Are y'all are some of those really short kicks? Are y'all calling that?
No, he just didn't get hold of a couple.
Okay.
One of them almost looked like we high pushed the onside kick.
That's what we
started. The first 2 was kind of shaky. Then he started kicking a lot better after that and putting it where it needs to. But yeah, them first 2, I think it was just the first 2. They were pretty short. We weren't supposed to be getting a little more than that.
We weren't sure if that was a design by design or what, because you can if you're pooching it down to around the 20, and then all of a sudden he runs like he's really going to boot one, and then he kind of it could get their second wall of guys kind of moving backwards.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, he's doing a really good job. Huge growth with him week to week because he is a young pup freshman. But yeah, real excited about not right now with him, but 2-3 years down the road with him, because he's going to be his sophomore, junior, senior. He'll be a touchback kid because he gets close. He's semi-close now, but he kind of puts it in that danger zone of their kids get it with a full head of steam before we can get down there. But yeah, really impressed with Gadiel.
Also, what about number 44, Morales? I noticed in pregame warm-ups, there was a couple formations you had him with the ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night, Skelton for sure was looking for him.
Yeah, he and they had a good connection on when we played Idabel JV, and even in the Talahena JV. Alberto had really good performances. He's a gamer. He's not the tallest kid,
Little bitty,
but that sucker can run the ball. Last year he was running back for our JV freshman teams, and we kind of got a big list of kids there. So this year started throwing our receiver, catches the ball really well. He goes up, and even though he's fairly short, he goes up. He can jump, real athletic, and he catches balls that are thrown at a high level. And he was really close to getting in the end zone on that one snag concept we threw. He ended up making a couple people miss. But yeah, he's really impressive once you get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, you bet. Well, let's take just a short break and let you hear a word from our sponsors, and be sure to join us back here at Papa's at the Broken Bow Coaches Show on Best Country 106.
Savages know hard work pays off, and so does Work Ready Oklahoma. They've got the training, tools, and connections to help you land your next big win in the job market. Step up, get ready, and go for it. Work Ready Oklahoma, proud supporter of Broken Bow Savage football.
Savage fans know when it's time to fuel up, you can count on Binger Oil, serving the community with reliable service, quality products, and hometown pride. From keeping your vehicles running smooth to powering the things that keep your life moving, they've been a part of the community game for years. Binger Oil, proud sponsor of Broken Bow Savage football.
Savage fans, if you're looking for a place to belong, Pastor Pete Wilson and the family at First Baptist Church invite you to join them this Sunday. Come experience uplifting music, a welcoming atmosphere, and a message that speaks to everyday life. Whether you've been in church your whole life or you're just curious, you'll feel right at home. Services start at 10:45 this Sunday morning at First Baptist Church. Pastor Pete Wilson would love to meet you. Like the Savages, at First Baptist Church, there's always a place for you.
McCurtain County sports leader, Fast Country 106.
And welcome back to the Bromwell Coaches Show. Here live at Papa's. Coach Maverick Lang moves to 4-0 on this young season. Coach Lang, as you get into the bulk of conference play, what do you do with your squad? Are you still adding plays offensively, or you finally got everything installed?
Yeah, we had stuff based off the opponent if we need to or not. But we're a big game plan team, which we change the look of what we do and how we do it based off whatever opponent we got that week and how they play and how they align, and then their athletes. So week to week will look different, even though it's the same stuff. It's just we get to it in different ways. But we do we'll put in new pass concepts or run concepts each week if it'll directly affect how we able to attack somebody.
You bet. Defensively is, of course, defensively you're gonna do what you've seen on film, but it seems like the kids are adjusting to it well. And also talk about your like on defense, your rotation defensively. What does that depend on?
Yeah, and what's good is we've had it in the spring and even more emerge on our D line this fall and so far this season that we're able to rotate in and out, and because they're up to there's 7 to 8 kids that we can rotate. Feel fully confident with them in the game, and then there's kids that obviously like against last night. There's more kids that's more favorable, bigger. Like Tajon Murphy and which Porter plays a lot anyway, but bigger kids, the harder to move. And then there's some scenarios where kids like Sossman and Trey Williams are better with their quickness. So that's what's good is we got different options of kids that we can hurt offenses with. But yeah, there's 6-7 kids, probably 8 now, that quality kids that we can rotate on D-line, which is huge because that keeps them kids fresh. And those kids don't have to play offense. Nope. We one way our D-line kids, our O-line D-line kids was just huge really early in the game or in the season when it's hot, but that still takes a huge toll on the other team if they're having to play some two-way kids up front, and we're able to semi-keep our kids fresh.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely, no question. Kids like Trey Williams, I call him Big Papa, but maybe touch a little bit on his emergence. I don't think he saw the field much last year at all, and now you look out there on Friday nights and he's almost an every down defensive player.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of reps this year so far. Quick kid, off the ball, explosive kid, and he's really came along just since our scrimmages. Or one scrimmage. He plays with a great motor, and that's one thing that's grown the most on him is not the motor he plays with, the emotions that he plays with, and the tenacity that he plays with, and that's really what's got him on the field more. The emotions he played with. He was one of the few that was really playing with at Idabel, and that's one thing we preached on. I don't know if we expected we was going to go over there and win. We didn't play with very good emotions against Idabel. And it was glaring. But our kids was a lot better last night from the sideline because it's not no field trip for those cats to get a meal. They directly impact the kids on the sideline, directly impact the game without ever having to step on the field. So really pleased with our kids, the emotions they played with, the kids on the field and the kids on the sideline.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's look at some in-conference scores from last night, or district scores, I guess you'd say. I wanted to ask you, Coach, what did you think about the 1 point difference between Poto and Hilldale?
Yeah, that one. The other ones didn't surprise us any. But that one really.
Coach, I'm sorry, my mistake. Stillwell, Poto and Stillwell.
Yeah, Poto Stillwell.
Okay, I said Hilldale. Yeah. I said it wrong. Stillwell.
That one really surprised us. Obviously, we don't know if there's what all happened, but yeah, 1 point game there was surprising.
Very surprising.
Yeah, and then because Poto's been playing well, and Stillwell kind of struggled last week with Stigler, 7-0. So yeah, that one surprised us. With Southall, they ran away with it on Hilldale, which this coming week's gonna be a big one for Southall. Southall beat Hilldale pretty handily. McLean got beat by 50-something to 20-something.
Quite a bit, yeah, that's right.
And then, who am I leaving off? That might be it. That's in Glenpool. I think that's all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hilldale. I'm sorry. The Stillwell one was the.
But yeah, that
one I
was
wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
I know you haven't had time to look at anything yet, but big focus is Sallisaw. This is going to be a really be our first test of the year, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and it'll have huge ramifications on where us or them go standing wise in the district.
You bet. Yeah. We hope to see everybody here next Friday night. Everything now from here on out, 7:00, right?
Yeah, we're 7:00.
7:00 for conference play. Yeah. Hope to see a big Broken Bow home crowd. It's been very good so far this year. And also last night, Mr. Evans and I, we pointed out late in the game after the game was decided, you look over there on our sidelines and you take our flag girls, our cheer squad, our dance team, whatever you're going to call that, and then our cheerleading squad, and they can take up about 60 yards crossways. Yeah. It's I know you talked earlier in the year. How many buses do y'all have to take for all the kids?
Football, for everybody in our football program, we take 3 buses. 3 buses, the truck and trailer to house us. Yeah, it takes us, when we stop to go to the bathroom, it's about a 35-minute detour we got to take.
Well, it's certainly good to see all those young kids involved. All the way down through the band. It's just it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a big outfit, and other schools have got to look at that and go, my goodness.
And it bleeds off to what we tell our kids. It means something to be a Broken Bow Savage, and there's a presence about us when we go places, and then also that just grows it when you throw in everything around the football program. So that's really cool because that's what we preach to our kids. There's a presence when we go places, when people have to play Broken Bow, and that obviously magnifies it with everybody else around us.
Yeah, absolutely. There at halftime with Mr. Brevis and I were going down to get a refreshment. All the coaches you'd done sent the kids outside, and you had all your coaches, and everybody was dressed exactly to a T, and there was a huge band of all you coaches, and I thought that's the way it's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like that, and I didn't count, but I'm going to say there was at least 10 of you.
11, yeah. 11.
Okay, but I said it's just impressive, just like what you talk about. That's impressive to see. But anyway, Coach Lane, congratulations on your second year here, and much different turn of events from last year. We're sitting here 4-0 with 1-0 in conference play. Big one from Sallisaw coming in. I know you'll dissect that later today probably, but what are your first thoughts on what we might see from Sallisaw?
Well-coached team. They got some really good athletes, some good-looking kids up front on the O-line, D-line. they pretty much carbon copy of what they want to do offensively and defensively from last year. They want to run the football, establish a run game. They'll throw it. Obviously more than Glenpool, but they don't want to throw it around as much as most teams. They want to establish. If they can run the ball, they probably only want to throw it 10 to 12 times. But they get good skill kids on the perimeter once they do throw it and get it on the edge. Very similar to us defensively. We're 4-2-5. They are 4-2-5 with 4 down linemen, and sometimes what they did last year, they'll do it again this year. Is that backside defense end will stand up like a linebacker, but very, very similar to us defensively, which is helpful for us, but also for them because our kids go against that a lot. So it's not like a new defense that we gotta ingrain in our kids. But excited because these are the ones you want to be playing in, the ones that directly affect our outcome.
Oh, you bet. We have our opponents this year, although 2 of them had been big, tough schools. Our opponents, as of last night, had yet to win it. Well, Idabel won last week, but looking at McAlester and Durant are still winless, and that's shocking.
Grant beat Gravett. Grant shut out Gravett a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did they really?
That was in Arkansas, yeah.
I believe. Well, again, Coach Lang, we want to thank you for being here this morning. I know you rolled in late as we did, but you're always here with a smile, and we appreciate that, and we certainly appreciate your enthusiasm with our kids. You can see it every week. You've brought back, in my opinion, the pride in being a Broken Bow Savage.
Mm-hmm.
It's evident. Everybody sees it, not just me. And it's exciting times, man. It is exciting times, and we just want to invite our fans out next week to a big home ball game with Sallisaw. And if you can't make it, you can join us here on KKBI, and you can hear it live here. So, again, thanks to all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring this Coaches Show to you, and thanks again, Papas, for having us and letting us have this nice table all to ourselves. So that'll do it for this week. See you next Friday night at 7 o'clock at The Rock at Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. Thank you for listening to the Broken Bow Coaches Show on Best Country 106.
Papa Poblanos, proud sponsor of Broken Bow Savage Football and host of The Savage Show. Hear the latest in Savage football action live Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on Best Country 106. Papa Poblanos satisfies your cravings for sizzling fajitas, mouth-watering tacos, savory burritos, and more. Treat yourself to the flavors of Tex-Mex. 304 North Park Drive in Broken Bow, or call 584-9494 to pick up your order or utilize their catering services. Papa Poblanos, a delightful dining experience.
Your home for Broken Bow Savage Football. 106.1 KKBI FM, Broken Bow, Idabel.